Sports Network.
Welcome to Soccer Town, USA. From downtown Rochester, New York, Frontier Field, tonight, exciting A-League action between the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the Toronto Lynx. And welcome. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Don Stevens, alongside Don Lalka, to bring you all the action tonight between the Rhinos and the Lynx. And really the storyline tonight is for the Raging Rhinos trying to set a new league record of 11 consecutive wins. Now, last year, the record was set by the Toronto Lynx at 10 straight victories, and it's kind of ironic that the team here to try and stop the Rhinos tonight is the Toronto Lynx. It's not going to be easy for the Rhinos, as they do have some injury problems, mostly up front. The forwards not playing tonight include Darren Tilley and Doug Miller. Top two scorers for the Rhinos, actually second in scoring, Yari that was questionable for this one, but it looks like he'll be in and ready to play. Leading the way for the Toronto Lynx tonight is Nikki Vinovich. The Yugoslavian played for the Raging Rhinos last year, so he had 7 points so far with Toronto and 8 points in 21 games with Rochester last year, so Vinovich leading the Toronto Lynx. You look at the standings right now in the Northeast Division, and Rochester on top, actually first overall in the A-League with 30 points. Montreal second, followed by Long Island, Worcester, and Toronto at the moment, fifth spot in the division with 12 points. So tonight, it's the Raging Rhinos and the Toronto Lynx. And as you look at it, Don Lalka, how does this match set up tonight?
Well, as you alluded to earlier, it's that 11-game win streak. It's going to be exciting as heck. Rochester, especially against the team that had set it. Ansted being in goal for them previously. An unbelievable .2 against goal average. That is unheard of in soccer, Don. I'm telling you, I've been in soccer all my life, never seen anybody, keeper, defense, whatever, had .2 against. That is just fantastic.
And we'll be talking to that goalkeeper in just a moment as we continue. Stay around. A lot more to come your way tonight. The house is packed here at Frontier Field, and you're watching the Raging Rhinos on the Empire Sports Network.
Hours a day, 7 days a week, in 156 countries. Sometimes against all odds. The game goes on. Umbro, only soccer since 1924.
The deck was the most satisfying job we can remember doing.
Most everyone loves building decks. We'll show you how easy it is.
The pressure-treated lumber Chase Pitkin carries, top quality.
We help you plan your deck, show you how to set posts, or we'll install it for you.
They even showed us how to angle the nails so it pulls the decking tight.
The right lumber, the right brackets, galvanized nails.
Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone.
Chase Pitkin, you don't have to do it yourself.
Once upon a time, there was a printer that thought it was a copier. It was fast, 32 pages a minute. This printer collated, sorted, and stapled like a copier. Even had a name worthy of a copier. And starting at just $2,900, it made all the other printers very, very sad. That's the story of the Xerox DocuPrint N32, the printer that thinks it's a copier. The Document Company, Xerox.
Live
from the Carrier Dome, it's the 1998 Syracuse football season, starring Donovan McNabb as the daring debonair quarterback, Evan Johnson and Quentin Spotwood as the wily wide receivers, Rob Conrad as the bruising fullback, featuring the marvelous McIntosh brothers, with Jason Coles in the punishing D, and the most formidable list of guest stars in years. Call now for tickets before it's too late, because this is the season you've been waiting for.
Hi, I'm Bill Trout. Are you tired of all the hype from car dealers? We think the buying public is too smart for that. At Bill Trout Lincoln Mercury, we will give you the best price, the best trade allowance, and the best service. So just give us a try. Just ask someone who has. Our people do make the difference.
The Bill Trout Difference on Routes 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. As they say,
we are the people who make the difference.
Tonight's game, we have an opportunity here about an hour before the game actually to talk with the goalkeeper for the Raging Rhinos, and Pat Onstad has made just tremendous numbers and inroads this year. And what a great year for you, Pat. You must be having an outstanding time, huh?
Yeah, I am having a great time. You know, things are going well for us right now, 10-0 and 8 shutouts. But I don't think they take all the credit. I think the guys in the back have played fantastic all season, and all over the field, the guys have dedicated themselves to the team defense, and it's worked out fantastic so far.
Well, what about the nerves? Are you nervous at all?
A little nervous tonight. I got my parents coming in, but generally speaking, no, I don't get that nervous out there. I think I've been around for enough years that nowadays that I just go out there and do my stuff, and so far it's worked out.
You're playing against your former team, the Toronto Lynx. The record on the line, some personal incentives and personal records for you. Which is most important to you?
I think what's most important to me is that we get another win under our belts. It's important for us to stay on top and to keep focused. We've got off to a tremendous start, but as I say, we've got to keep working hard each game. Toronto will be a great team defensively. They'll be a tough team to score against, but I think in the end we can win it.
How long can this thing go on like this?
I don't know. We take a game at a time, and that's been the best thing about these guys back here is that we focus each half, each 15-minute break. We just kind of think about it and go, okay, what are we going to do back there to get the win? And like I said before, we're 10-0. It's a fantastic start. It's nothing that any of us ever dreamed of.
Pat, great job so far, and good luck the rest of the way, huh?
Thank you very much.
Pat Onstad, goalkeeper for the Rochester Raging Rhinos, and we'll see him in net just in a few moments. Stick to us as the game about to get underway tonight from Frontier Field, and you're watching Rhino Soccer on the Empire Sports Network.
Are you ready for 2 hours of non-stop action, world-class skill, and undeniable energy? Then you're ready for Rochester Raging Rhino Soccer. It's hot, it's exciting, and it kicks. Prepare yourself for heart-pounding, aggressive action. It's Rochester Raging Rhino Soccer. Get your Rhinos tickets today at the Frontier Field box office or call 454-KICK for more information. That's 454-KICK. Come see what Rochester is known as Soccertown, USA.
Where can you find the largest selection of soccer and lacrosse gear?
Score!
Specialty Sports. You'll find shoes, shin guards, socks, balls, and goalkeeper equipment featuring such brands as Adidas, Diadora, Brine, Calme, Sandico, and Royce. We also have a complete line of World Cup and MLS apparel. Where?
Score!
Specialty Sports at 8216 Transit Road next to Kmart. Check out our website at www.scorespecialty.com.
Score!
Your most reliable team dealer.
Do you really enjoy buying a new car? Didn't think so. That's why at Island Chevrolet, we think it's time for a change. No hype, no gimmicks. Just the best products and best service. We sell new Chevrolet cars and trucks and GM-certified used vehicles so you can buy with confidence. We know how to sell cars and take care of our customers. When it comes to price, service, getting what you really want, it's time for a change. Island Chevrolet.
Sabres season tickets, 855-4444.
Hi, Soccer Sam. Welcome to Salvatore's.
I hear you guys got the best subs in town.
We bake our own Italian bread twice daily in our air deck ovens. We use the freshest produce available, the highest quality meats and cheeses. We have a variety of 10 cold subs and 15 hot subs in 3 different sizes. We deliver to homes, factories, schools, and offices.
Suburbs! Wow, $5 pizza and the best subs in town.
Thanks for trying our homemade Italian subs.
Fast Feet Soccer Camps, clinics, leagues, and instruction. If you want game, then boss that ball with Fast Feet. Call 586-0912. That's 586-0912.
Looking for adventure, fun, friends, and beautiful scenery? Cycle the American Lung Association's 10th Annual Wine Country Bike Tour, June 26th through the 28th. Register today. The money you raise will help the many programs and services of the American Lung Association. Sponsored in part by Klein Steel, Time Warner Communications, and these other fine sponsors.
Stands at 6'4", a pretty big young man, the goalkeeper for the Toronto Lynx, coming in with a 3-4 record on the season and a 1.12 goals against average. And there's the rest of the starters for Toronto, and Pat Onstad, who is having one tremendous year for the Raging Rhinos. And Pat coming in with a record of 10 wins, no losses, and an incredible 0.20 goals against average. And you see the remaining starters for the Raging Rhinos. Up front, starting out for the Rhinos, Lennon Steenkamp. And along with Jimmy Glenn, who's just returned from Columbus of the MLS, and we are underway with this match from Frontier Field in Rochester. It's settled there by Scott Switzer. The sweeper for the Rhinos ahead over the head of Steenkamp. At midfield is chased after by Alda, but can't get to it. Now taken by Hardy to Switzer and stolen away by Giamara. The Lynx on the attack. Crossing in front, Vinovich tries to deflect the ball away, but then it's played away and out. And picked up again by the Lynx in the far wing. It's Holness. Holness looking around. He'll feed it to Vinovich. One-touch pass, giving it off to Ashton, and now intercepted. Makai leaves it there for Steenkamp, and the Rhinos have the ball. Long feed downfield, and Glenn not able to get to it. Settled at midfield by Tanner. This is Craig Demen. Pass off to Mauro De Silva, who returns after missing the last 2 games with a leg injury. Ahead for Glenn, but he's pushed off the ball. And then picked up again by the Rhinos. Walton, hold from behind by Holmes. Passes behind De Silva, who had moved up on the run.
And right from the start, we're starting to see the overlapping runs by Mauro De Silva. And this is what Rochester is noted for. Coming up that right flank, that great Brazilian. Tremendous offensive firepower from him.
As it picks up again, this is Golan, and to the middle for Vinovich, who again played in Rochester a year ago. His feed forward to the rookie Ashton. After it is Tanner, but there's a ball now loose in the middle for Thomas. Sneaks through, takes a shot, puts it over top. Oh, great opportunity for the Lynx as Elvis Thomas puts it over the crossbar.
And Rochester really dodged a bullet right there. That could have very easily been the back of the net as Elvis Thomas broke through. Elvis, a great player, All-American at Hartford a couple of years ago, just broke through there and just shot it high.
Rhinos are missing their 2 forwards. Their team leader in scoring, Doug Miller, who led the league a year ago. And also Darren Tilley, the other forward, is out of the lineup, both injured. Yari on that. The second leading scorer for the Rhinos was questionable, but he is in the lineup tonight. Now play at midfield, and after it, taken there by Sarantopoulos of the Lynx, dropping it back. Holmes, as they move it across the defensive wall. Titus lets it roll, and now sent downfield by Spadafina, who actually leads the Lynx in goals this year with 3. Here's Switzer. All-star selection this year in the A-League. Ahead for Glenn, but is pushed off the ball. And it's cracked in wide and out over the end line by Holmes. So it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Goal kick coming up. That Onstad has 8 shutouts on the season. 8 shutouts. What a great year he's having. Places the ball, and again we talk about that incredible 0.20 goals against average. Cross midfield, headed forward by Glenn. Titus settles it there for the Lynx. Chasing after it, Tanner, but Titus with a pass off for Holness. Across midfield, feeding it to Vinovich. Give and go is behind Holness. To midfield once again, it's picked up by Titus. Rick Titus out of Mississauga, Ontario. Quite a few of these players on this Toronto team are from the Toronto area, actually. Now feed into the middle and is picked up right away by Spadafina. As he turns, trying to get away from Tanner, can't do it, and Titus recovers the ball once again for the Lynx. Delenn.
Well, right now it's just kind of in a feeling out stage. It's a couple of boxers going at it, trying to get a little jab in here, jab in there, trying to see where the weaknesses are. Both teams kind of, again, a feeling out stage.
Hardy to Glenn. To Walton as the Rhinos move it across midfield, but intercepted and taken away by the Lynx. Pass upfield. It's picked off again. Switzer. Chip shot upfield. The overlapping run by Hardy for the Rhinos as he turns trying to get away from Sarantopoulos. And the ball knocked away and carried off by Tamara of the Toronto Lynx. And now we're talking about it. Toronto in the white uniforms and the Rhinos in their dark green uniforms here this evening. Toronto Lynx and the Rochester Raging Rhinos, the first of 3 meetings this year between these two teams.
And it's one of these, you know, Don, every time Rochester plays Toronto, oh, here we go, we got a break going.
Once again, it's Thomas, and Switzer getting back, bumps him, and he goes down. And so it'll be a free kick for the Lynx. Thomas.
What I was starting to say, Don, is that every time Toronto plays Rochester, you can almost throw out the record book because Toronto just, no matter what Rochester has, they're really up for this game. Maybe because of the closeness, the rivalry there, but they just seem to take it to Rochester and give Rochester a very, very difficult game.
This is the corner kick for the Toronto Lynx. It's Vinovich. Right-footed kicker, an outswinger, and high in the box, headed back into the middle, and the loose ball is blocked aside by De Silva. Walton was taken down in the box, and so the whistle to stop play. Free kick for the Rhinos.
Rochester is very strong in the back right now. Last year they had some problems in the air, but this year with Delenn back there and Makai Walton coming back to help out, and Yari and Lennon Steenkamp and midfielders, they're very rarely going to get beaten in the air.
Tim Hardy received a red card last game. Actually, he has to sit out the game on Sunday. California plays here at Frontier Field because of a red card taken last Sunday against Montreal. Got Switzer, one of the 4 members of the Rhinos this season to make the A-League All-Star team. The Yogi Makai across midfield, all net, flicks it forward, and the ball is through. And it's just Holmes bringing it back to his keeper, Busbee. Keeper Busbee, 6'4", 195 pounds.
He's got some good size. Well, Pat Onstead is not exactly a tiny guy either.
That's the big thing, it seems like, in soccer these days, is the big goalie is the thing to have.
Exactly. You're seeing that even in the World Cup. You're seeing a lot of goalkeepers watching the game today. Paraguay playing, and Chilevert, great goalkeeper, great size. You know, it's just the athletes are getting bigger and stronger.
Yeah, it's Yogi Makai who's sporting his new hairdo here today, or a lack of. One hopper into Busbee is grabbed, and the ball brought away now by the Toronto Lynx. It's Titus. Works his way across midfield into Rhino territory, and now the Lynx trying to get the attack going. Back in the middle for Ashton. Tries the wing to Jamara. She turns back and looks it over. Jamara crossing ball inside the box is knocked down. Walton up with it, feeds it to Hardy, drops it back to Makai. As the Rhinos now will send the ball across midfield. Steenkamp walked there by Holmes. Loose ball at midfield line. And it's taken by the Lynx. Sarantopoulos drops it all the way back to his keeper. No score, just getting underway. You can see, played about 7 minutes so far in this match. Cross midfield. Flicked forward by Thomas, but one bounce into Onstead. And the Rhinos control. Looks like a packed house here at Frontier Field again tonight, Don.
Yeah, it's a great, great atmosphere for a game, and it's a perfect time to get that record, I guess.
There's a long shot in wide by Thomas, and it looks like he's the one to watch. Elvis Thomas has 2 shots, and one was a great opportunity.
Yeah, and I see Pat Erkley right there is kind of looking, what the heck's going on out there? Why are we giving Elvis Thomas those shots out there?
See the coach? By the way, also has to sit out Sunday for receiving a red card in Montreal.
That's right. Maybe he'll be up here giving some commentary, Don.
That's right. Now it's brought away across midfield. Switzer, as he looks it over, feeds it in the middle. Tanner dropping it back. Makai Walton with the ball there. Pass off to Tim Hardy. Left-footed kick. He lost his footing, and the ball now upfield. One-on-one. Thomas. Yemen getting back, and Switzer back to help out. Lots of wide side is Vinovich, and there's the pass to Nikki Vinovich. Moving in, takes a shot, blocked away. And Delenn got a piece of it. It was deflected into Onstead the whole time.
That's tell you, that was a great chance. Elvis Thomas putting a long ball, changing point of direction, and Nikki Vinovich taking it all alone, and Craig Delenn did very well there just to get to it. Oh!
Almost through, but Busbee up with the ball, and that was Jimmy Glenn right on the doorstep.
Yeah, a quick counterattack. Didn't waste any time. Got the ball up quickly, and Jimmy Glenn was knocking at the door up there.
Hardy is knocked down, and there's a foul, so a free kick at the midfield line. By the Rhinos, Golan taking that foul. Ralph Golan, originally from Poland. At the midfield line, it'll be Scott Switzer. The keeper, Pat Onstad, Scott Switzer, Yari on that, and Doug Miller, 4 members of the Rhinos, selected to this year's A-League All-Star team.
And probably a couple others that should have been on there as well.
For example, I know you and I agree that Craig Delenn, it's unbelievable.
Oh,
he's done an All-Star.
Exactly. I was stunned that he didn't make the All-Star team.
It's Tanner, the captain of the Rhinos. As he's watched by Vinovich, now gets the ball through and a give and go from De Silva, back to De Silva. On the attack, trying the crossing ball, but there's knocked out over the end line. And the indication is a goal kicking down on the field is Franco Spadafina.
And we see Mauro De Silva there kind of looking, because he thought it was off the defender. But Mauro is really making a lot of good runs up that flank, and he makes those overlapping runs a la Cafu, the great Brazilian right back. And there we have it right in the replay. Tommy Tanner breaking in, and there's Mauro De Silva picking up the ball and just got blocked out. And I think he caught a cleat at the end of it too, but I'm pretty sure that he was sure that he had a corner kick out of that.
So Spadafina is still down on the field. He's originally from Toronto, the 26-year-old. And there you look at Mauro De Silva, who missed the last 2 games with a leg injury, back in the lineup here today. Spadafina, who's a defender, leads Toronto in scoring so far this season, has 3 goals.
I know, that's quite shocking. Mauro De Silva, though, I'll tell you, it's a tradition in Brazil that they have those attacking marking backs. This year they have Cafu in the World Cup on the right and Roberto Carlos on the left, and going back for generations they've had that, and he's right from that mold.
Headed back across midfield by Delenn, but Titus settles the ball for the Lynx, and feeding it into Vinovich, who is dumped. Play goes on. Taken by Delenn, throws it off to Tanner. His pass back in the midfield circle is kicked away, and now field by Ashton, way up in the stand. So a throw-in for the Rhinos.
And Nikola Vinovich, I see he's gotten already a couple of sticks from guys from Rochester. They know him from last season, and the knock on Nikki was that he doesn't like getting stuck in, so they're going to play him physically.
Outfield De Silva. Thomas chasing him, and gives De Silva a tug, and this will be a foul and a free kick for the Rhinos. Thomas turns and throws the ball out of the stands. He should have received a card for that.
No, exactly. He was very, very close to getting a card on that.
In the midfield circle, Ali Walton dropping the ball back to his defender, Switzer, to Craig Delenn. Cross midfield, and Steenkamp trying to play a one-touch pass off, but that's intercepted by Holness, and now Steenkamp takes it back. But there's a reason why he's called the foul, as he took Holness down. And you see Peter Pinizato, the coach of the Toronto Lynx.
Yeah, he himself, Peter Pinizato, was a great player in his day. He had played a little bit in Switzerland, and then he came over to play in Toronto for Toronto Italia. So that man has a lot of soccer knowledge and has been around a lot.
Steenkamp dropping the ball back to Hardy. Steenkamp moved up to the forward position, along with Jimmy Glenn, who has just returned today from Columbus of the MLS. Been on loan from the Rhinos to Columbus. He returns today. Steenkamp moved up front with the injuries to Aaron Tilley and Doug Miller. Now Busbee kicking it across midfield. Hardy pops that one up in the air. It's headed by Giamara, then off the chest of Hardy. As he turns, it'll be kept in play by Makai. Yogi Makai feeding it forward to Yari on that. Back to Yogi Makai. She's watched by Giamara, sends it up the midfield line, and that's blocked away and out off of Hardy, so the ball will be taken on the throw-in by the Lynx.
And the thing you're noticing here is why Rochester has so few goals scored against them is you're seeing the interchange. Look at, you got Hardy up, and right away Yogi Makai dropping back into the slide. Good team concept of defense.
However, Toronto has really had the better of the opportunities so far in this one. Tommy Tanner at midfield, rolling it through. Blue ball to on that, moving up along with Glenn, takes a left-footed kick, blocked away. Glenn stops, puts it up, looking for the crossing ball, that's blocked, and then kicked away and out by Spadafina.
showed why he's that valuable a player, because as a midfielder, he can come in and attack, he can take shots on goal, he'll come back and defend. He's what I call a complete all-around player.
As we look at the replay.
And there we have it. Yari all not breaking through and just getting a good crack on that ball, and it just went deflected off a defender.
Off the corner kick, an opportunity for Steenkamp, couldn't get a hold of it, and a keeper Busbee up with the ball. So that's the first corner of the match for the Raging Rhinos. And remember, to kickstart your digital communication needs, called Daikon. The Daikon has the ball now. Is played away up to midfield, and that's taken by Tanner, dropping it back. All net at the midfield line. Sends it across midfield, deep in the corner goes Tanner, and he's taken down. Ball is out. Tanner saying, hey, what's the call here? Linesman saying no, the ball belonging to Toronto.
Yeah, I think what Tommy's saying is he got taken down. That's actually a tackle from behind is what FIFA. Here we go. Here we see it again. Yes, definitely a tackle from behind. As a matter of fact, yesterday in the World Cup, there were 3 cards issued. Yeah, 3 red cards issued for tackles from behind, and this wasn't even called a foul.
Ball out again. Another throw-in. No score. Almost 15 minutes played, and the Lynx so far leading in the offensive categories in shots. And now it'll be played by Holness back to his keeper Busbee. He'll just drive it across midfield. Off of Demon to Switzer. On the wing now to Mauro de Silva, the Brazilian. Up to the midfield line for Tanner. Right back to de Silva. Pops it up across midfield. And Steenkamp has a player on his back and can't get up. Right away by Vinovich. His pass intercepted. Nice play and getting back by Makai Walton. Pops it all the way back to his keeper Pat Onstead. No score. This is the 11th match of the season for the Rhinos, the 10th of the year for Toronto. Lynx with 1 game in hand on the Rhinos. De Silva moves it forward. Through to Steenkamp. Turns it back to the middle for Delenn as he's bumped. Comes up with the ball, then he's dumped. And foul, free kick for the Rhinos from about the 34 yards out.
And I'm sure Lennon Steenkamp from here, he's got a howitzer for a right leg, so he might even just take a crack right on goal from here.
Backs up. Couple of miles. Gonna get a good run at this one. Yeah. He's what, 15, 20 yards back.
Maybe that's where he gets his power from. I don't know.
There's a small wall at the Toronto 18. Here comes Steenkamp, right foot, a kick, a roller along the ground for the right side. Gets through, but then couldn't reach it. So it goes by. Still no score. And we'll see the keeper, Busbee, with the kick.
At this point, one of the things that I'm noticing in Toronto, what they're doing is when Rochester is starting to attack, Toronto seems to drop back a little bit in kind of a prevent defense. And they're looking for that quick counterattack, either to break Vinovich or Elvis Thomas up top. So it's definitely going to be a counterattacking game on Toronto's part.
Hardy hitting it forward. Then stopped by the Lynx. Toronto settling the ball. Behind Saren Tobias turns back and plays all the way back into his own end. Covered there by Holmes. Daryl Holmes, originally from Nelson, New Zealand. Ball taken away by Glenn. He grabs onto Glenn. Still the battle for the ball. Makai off of his foot and out, and it'll be a Toronto throw-in.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize Makai with that new do he's got over there.
There's the throw-in to Vinovich. All got away, and then he puts it out, so now the throw-in for the Rhinos. Makai over to take the throw-in.
Rochester realizing Vinovich has such good skills on the ball. They're not giving him an inch. They're see, great skill by Nikki Vinovich there.
Moves it forward, back to help out his Allnut. Steals the ball, and he'll drop it to his defender, Craig Demon. Demon was the PDSL Defender of the Year last year. Making the step up to the A-League this year. Boy, he has done an outstanding job. All the way downfield, kicked aside by Spadafina. Out to midfield, Vinovich. 3 players from the Rhinos all over him, and ball taken away. Walton to de Silva to Tanner, right back to Mauro de Silva. Right in the middle for Walton. Turns to get away from Thomas. Walton dropping the ball back. Switzer. Oregon Tanner. As he crosses midfield, Holmes all over him, and Tanner drops it back to Craig Demon. Sun is setting. momentarily, still has the ball. As he tries to get away, two white jerseys all over him, no call. Play goes on, and the Lynx bring the ball away. And then down into Rochester territory by Giamara. Back recovered goes Scott Switzer. No score still. 19 minutes play. Upfield comes Tommy Tanner. And for Allnet, who had an assist in the last game, as the Rhinos victorious in Montreal 1-0. And here's Allnet hitting him behind. Crossing motor foot, Steve Kemp shot. Off the leg of Busbee. Roller out over the end line. Oh, and an opportunity right there for Steve Kemp. Great save by Busbee.
Yeah, it was a great save by Busbee, but it was a great run by Yari Allnet as he broke into the flank, and then what he did was he cut the ball back to Lennon Steenkamp. Lennon made a good crack.
It's a Rhinos Daikon corner kick to kickstart your digital communication needs. Call Daikon. And it's Yogi Makai, left-footed kicker. Outswinger for the wide side. Up in the air and headed away out of the box. Settled by Tanner. Up to the 18. Takes a look in the middle. Oh, that header. Busbee knocks it down. And he's on the ball. Oh, another great opportunity for the Rhinos.
And Rochester really putting pressure on Busbee there as the ball's being chipped back in, and he's getting caught in a position where he's really got to make a lot of tough tays. Here we have that replay on all that. Coming in and cutting the ball back. Yeah, there it is. A great kick saved by the keeper. And here again, more pressure coming in on the keeper. And oh, about an inch. Allnet almost put that ball in.
Great camera work by our crew here tonight from Empire.
And that's just outstanding camera work.
It's Steenkamp with the heel pass, but that's intercepted and brought away. In turn, taken away by Switzer, moving up in the play. Sneaks it through to Glenn as he turns to get away from Spadafina, gets loose of the ball. Here's Glenn with a shot. He scores! Jimmy Glenn's return to Rochester. It's the Rhinos up 1-0.
I'll tell you, a nifty bit of work by Jimmy Glenn as he picked up the ball at the 18, at the top of the 18. Looked at it, stayed calm, then beat a defender, took him in, looked again, and the main thing was he had composure. During this whole thing, he had composure as he finally slotted it to the far corner, which is to his left. Just a great piece of work by Jimmy Glenn, showing a lot of poise as he took the ball into the box. Here we have it again as he takes it in here. Now you think he's going to crack it. He gets another one. He's out here, and then he just puts it into that far to his left. Great composure by Jimmy Glenn.
So Glenn getting his first of the season. Slide tackle there as Schweitzer's knocked down, or rather Hardy was knocked down, as you see Glenn scoring his first of the season. And I believe that Scott Schweitzer should get an assist. Glenn at his return from Columbus. Said he really felt good. He says he feels a whole lot better right now as it was quite an uplifting experience for him to be with the MLS team in Columbus. And he shows it now as he comes through and scores here tonight. And Allnet now in the attack with Glenn in the middle. A ball blocked away from Allnet over the end line. Corner kick for the Rhinos.
Yari Allnet making one of those patented runs out of his midfield position using his speed, and as a result he was able to get a corner kick out of the situation.
It's a Rhinos Daikon corner kick to kickstart your digital communication needs. Call Daikon. There's the corner on the set piece in front. Busbee leaping in the air. Picks it off of Jimmy Glenn. Rolls it away, but almost gave the ball away, and then he ran into Allnet. This will stop his play. So the foul, it'll be a free kick for the Lynx.
Yeah, well, what happened there was as the keeper came out, he kicked the ball, and he actually kicked it into Yari Allnet. Here it is. Oh, Yari did a little sneaky thing. He put his leg out there. We didn't catch that the first time around. He put it in. Actually, he could get carded for that.
I mean, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. That should be a yellow card, actually.
Really, that's headed in, and out comes Onstad. They're taking it. Thomas runs into him, and Thomas goes down. He ran into a brick wall right there.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to run into Onstad or Craig Demon back there, and if I was Elvis, I'd think twice about doing that.
Walton through to Steenkamp. As the Rhinos on the attack again, dropped back to Walton. Moving it forward, sneaks it through to Glenn. One-touch pass is behind Steenkamp, and now brought away by Toronto. 1-0 in favor of the Raging Rhinos. 80-degree temperature right at the moment here at Frontier Field. Beautiful night. Turns out to be a gorgeous evening and a great crowd on hand. That blocked away and out of bounds by Makai. Throw in by Giamara.
Giamara almost got caught in that Makai Hardy sandwich, and I tell you, I wouldn't want to get caught in that sandwich either.
As you look at what's happening here right now, partly cloudy, 80 degrees, little wind northwesterly at 10. Field is great shape. Beautiful evening for soccer. Not very many empty seats here at Frontier Field, if any. There's a long shot in. Walked away, punched out by Onstad, and carried off now by Switzer. It was Thomas right there for the rebound, but Onstad able to punch it all the way outside the box.
I'll tell you, Rick Titus came up from his defensive position and just cracked it from about 35 yards out. That was one heck of a shot. He caught everybody by surprise, including Onstad, I think.
Here come the Rhinos. Tanner to De Silva, but that's out over the touchline, so it'll be a throw-in now for the Lynx. Mauro De Silva, first year with the Rhinos. Nikki Vinovich, who played for the Rhinos a year ago. His second year in the A-League, and that's kicked away and out. Throw in once again for the Rhinos at midfield. There's a great indication of how nice the weather is, huh?
Oh, that's great. I'd love to be there. Why are we up here, Don? Why aren't we over there? Can we broadcast from there next time?
Did you see those sunglasses there?
Those were great-looking sunglasses,
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Now here comes Makai. A little chip shot hit for all that. Can't get to it as Busbee leaps in the air.
Don, can we ask management if we can do the next broadcast from that hot tub?
Hey, you can ask all you want, I'm sure. Busbee bringing it forward. And now sends it all the way downfield. Hardy back, heads it back into the middle for Switzer. Moving it upfield, getting past the 35, now dropping it back to De Silva. He'll roll it forward to Steenkamp at midfield. Being chased from behind by Titus, and Steenkamp drops it back to De Silva. Rhino's defensive core has been pretty much intact for the season, except for De Silva being out for a couple of games. Now here's a long kick downfield by Switzer, trying to settle the ball as Makai, but it's off his foot and out, and so the Lynx with a throw in. But really, it's been the same four. In fact, you look at Malai Walton, who was a starting defender for the Rhinos last year. Came back after his indoor season, was late getting here, and found out he couldn't get in the lineup. He had to play in the midfield.
Exactly, because you've got like the Rock of Gibraltar Denham in the middle, and Switzer just works off Denham. It's a great, what I call a complementary duo, where one guy is like that rock, the pillar, and the other guy quick, just comes in and picks up all the loose balls, scheming, you know, thinking all the time.
At midfield, Tarantopoulos drawing it across into Rhino territory to Vinovich, being chased by Alna, and feeds it forward to Jamara. Give and go back to Vinovich, crossing ball through the box, and Holness after it. Is he going to get there in time? And is just very able to keep it in bounds. Titus off to Holness. He'll cross it the other way. Giamara over him and out over the end line, so a goal kick here for the Rhinos. 1-0, Rochester leading.
Toronto looking to change the point of attack in that play as they went from the left flank, trying to get it all the way across to the right, but just got a little too much on it.
You know, there's an interesting statistic that Pat Onstad pointed out himself, which the crack Rhinos PR department checked out and verified, that Pat Onstad, he's last, when his team scores a goal, he is 21-0. When his team scores one goal, he is 21 wins and no losses.
That is incredible. That is such an incredible statistic that I can hardly believe it.
He's got a lot of those incredible statistics, but I think the one that's the most important to him tonight is that he have a good game here because his parents are visiting all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Well, that's the main thing. Like he said earlier, he said he doesn't care about anything else except the victory. That comes first.
Vinovich, right on him is Switzer. Vinovich turning, and the whistle to stop play. The foul. Free kick. Foul on Switzer.
And I'll tell you, I think Vinovich bought that call because there was just an incidental contact, but the way Vinovich stopped and looked at the referee, he actually, I think, bought it. He talked the referee into that one.
See Tommy Tanner with the captain's armband. Upfield. The Lynx on the attack. Dropping it back. Titus to Holness. Running deep in the corner. Delenn right on him. Wins the race to the ball. The ball rolls out over the end line. So a goal kick for the Rhinos.
And Denham just kind of shielded the ball to let it run out. And with his size, I don't think anybody really wants to take him on to try to get him out of the way.
Absolutely perfect weather here tonight at Frontier Field. As De Silva chips one across midfield. Holmes runs into Steenkamp and knocks the ball away. There's a battle for to Makai. Oh, almost got it through it. If he had, it would have been Tommy Tanner on a breakaway. All, however, recovered by the Lynx. Vinovich off to Holness. Right back to Vinovich. He sneaks it through, comes out on the other side with the ball and a pass to Ashton. Trying to move by Alden, and now rolls a right-footed kick in wide. Missing the short side of the net and out.
And I think what we had was a touch off a Rochester defender, and it's going to be a corner kick.
Or the Lynx, a corner kick. Giamara. Over for the corner kick. As you see the move here by Vinovich.
Yeah,
nutmeg, huh?
Exactly, little mudwood. You know, Nikki Vinovich has that great skill. He has a tremendous, no question about his skill.
So the corner kick. Left-footed kicker from Giamara, outswinging, and it's flicked away, but there's a crack of the ball from Spadafina, and he puts it up over top of the crossbar, and that gives you a good reason why Spadafina leads the Lynx right now in scoring this season.
Yeah, he comes up on all the set pieces, meaning corner kicks, free kicks. He's good in the air, he's strong, and he's got a good hit on a ball, and right there, if the ball had been a little lower, it might have been the back of the net.
Well, I have it unofficially now. The Rhinos, or rather the Lynx, leading in shots 5-3 so far, and again, that's unofficial statistics. At midfield, Yari on that, turns back, off to Switzer, moving forward, sends it through across midfield, running onto the ball goes Glenn, Holmes right on him. Glenn deep now into near the end line, looking for the crossing ball, drops it off, he's dumped, no, whistled, and play goes on. Way offside is Thomas. Offside by about a month and a half.
Right, Toronto trying to go for that quick counter again to Thomas, and the Rochester defense playing very smartly, stepped up and caught him in the offside trap.
Rhinos with the ball. Makai, midfield to Delenn. Craig Delenn looks it over. He'll send it to the 18. That intercepted. That's blocked away by always get those two mixed up. Serentopoulos. Again, Thomas way offside. Flag in the air.
And just an instant replay of what happened a little while ago. Thomas broke through. Rochester sees it. What happens, the defenders, as soon as they see the midfielders making an attempt to pass the ball through, if they step up real quickly, they'll 9 out of 10 times, they'll trap the guy in the offside trap.
The all-time leading scorer at Hartford University. That was Thomas, and he's got the wheels.
Oh, he's got the wheels. He's a very talented player. It's only his second year in the league, and he's going to be a good one.
Serentopoulos, long throw in, and getting the head on it was Hardy, and then Vinovich flicks it into the middle, and Golan will send it off on the wing for Holness. Toronto on the attack. 13 and a half minutes to go here in the first half, and the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Pass, Serentopoulos off to Giamara. They'll try it into the box, headed away by Tanner. That's popped up in the air. Loose ball at the 18 is taken by Switzer. Feeds it through the steam camp. Touch off to Alden, and he's done from behind by Ashton. No flag, just a foul and a free kick. Well, the next home game for the Raging Rhinos just a couple of days away. Right here, and a great way to celebrate Father's Day. Treat Dad to a Rhinos game. Present the ticket office with a Father's Day card and receive a free ticket for Dad right here on Sunday night against the California Jaguars.
There's something I don't understand. I've seen about 2-3 tackles from behind, and I thought that FIFA had alerted everybody throughout the world, and especially with the World Cup in play, that these are supposed to get, you're supposed to get cards. As I said yesterday in the game, there were 3 red cards given out from tackles from behind. And here, you know, they're not even getting yellows. So a couple of them haven't even been whistled.
What a great job Pat Onstad did in keeping the ball from going out over the end line and avoiding the corner kick. Great job by Onstad. You see as he slid out of bounds, actually held the ball back in.
He's such a...
Feeding off to Makai. He'll feed it forward. Here's Jimmy Glenn on the attack. Moving in. Overruns the ball. Still has a chance at the end line. Glenn trying to come away, but can't do it. Great opportunity. Nice feed from Makai. And Glenn being pushed over top of the ball. Couldn't get the shot off.
It was just a great feat from Yogi Makai, and Jimmy Glenn was in, and I think he made one touch too many on it. There was one part of that whole sequence where when he pushed the ball out, he had a nice crack.
There's a throw-in. Long throw-in. It bounced into the net over top of everybody.
You know, I was looking at another thing. I totally missed that. But if it's a throw and it doesn't touch anybody and it goes in...
It didn't touch anybody.
Then it means that it doesn't count as a goal, because you cannot score directly off a throw, and it does have to touch somebody.
Yeah, it was just over top of Steenkamp and Busbee as they went up for the ball, and there was one bounce into the net. All right, here's Busbee. Rolls it off to Serentopoulos. Moving right up on the play is Makai. Head for Holmes. He's bumped by Hardy, and the ball taken back by Hardy, and then rolls out, and it'll be a throw in for the Lynx. Jim Hardy. Dropping the ball back, and Ashton now playing it back to the defender, Spadafina. He'll go crossfield. Titus settling the ball, losing his footing momentarily. 1-0, the Rhinos leading. With 10.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Midfield. Vinovich coming away with the ball. 4 green jerseys on him. Gets a pass away to Thomas. Up to Giamara, and it's offside. That's the 3rd offside for Toronto here in the half.
And Rochester's pulling that very well. As I said, the offside is actually called, for those of you who aren't sure out there, at the time when the ball is passed, not when the player receives the ball. So defenders, when they see the guy striking the ball, if they shoot up quick, that's what we call the offside trap.
Devin just outside of his 18-yard box, being chased by Thomas, and now sends it all the way downfield. Back to come up with the ball, however, getting to it. That's Steenkamp turning around, trying to feed it back in the middle, then goes down, and the loose ball brought away. Nice play by Steenkamp, almost got it away. Now go long downfield the other way. At the 18, chased down is that Holness all the way now off on the other side of the field. He's usually playing the left wing. Feed through. They spin around by Walton to get away. Pass off to Walnut. Feeds it forward, and Tanner running onto the ball. Last midfield trying to punch it through. As he's watched closely, drops it back, and they're taken by Walton. He's watched by Ashton. Walton off to De Silva. Titus on him. De Silva head for Tanner. Has Glenn in the middle, and on the other side. Pass through, and De Silva couldn't get to it. That's picked up over the hot tub, almost into the hot tub.
Nice combination on that flank between Tommy Tanner and De Silva. As De Silva first was faking that he was going to cut on the outside, took it to the inside. They combined very smartly on that, and eventually Tommy Tanner pushed it in, and De Silva got it off a defender for the corner.
It's a Rhinos corner kick, and Daikon corner kick. The corner kick to kickstart your digital communication needs, called Daikon. For the Rhinos, 3rd corner of the match. Yogi Makai out high to Allnut. Took the shot, blocked away.
There was a nice hit by Allnut to take it on a clear volley right out of the air. It's just go here.
Inside the box, down the wall, then roller, goes wide. Just missing wide on the shot by Yari Allnut. Nicely set up by Tommy Tanner.
Oh, and he wishes he had that one back, as Tommy Tanner pushed the ball through him, and Yari was all alone and just was trying to find that far corner and missed it by a hair. Here we have it. Tommy Tanner chipping a great little ball, and you see Yari Allnut picking it up and looking for that far corner. And just, as a matter of fact, there was a touch at the end, wasn't it, by a Toronto player?
I missed it. I didn't see that. Now it's headed aside by Switzer for Makai. Rolls it into the midfield area and picked up again by the Toronto Lynx. Ashton trying to get it through to Thomas, but couldn't do it. Blocked away by Switzer and out, so a throw in for the Lynx. There's the throw in to Vinovich. Chips it forward. Popped up in the air. Thomas in behind. Another offside flag.
And Thomas is just getting a wee bit too anxious. I mean, he's got good speed. He should hold back a little bit, and he's trying to break ahead of everybody and getting caught in that offside continually.
This is Walton off to De Silva. Forward to Allnut. Drops it right back to De Silva. You know, I always I look at him and think about Dougie Miller, all the offsides that he used to get. And occasionally you'd sneak him through. The odds say that, boy, one of these times you're going to get through, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But the difference is that Dougie, what he does is he makes a lateral run first. What Elvis Thomas is doing is just breaking straight ahead. It's easy for defenders to trap him. You make that lateral run, and then you break when the ball's being touched. It's very difficult for those defenders to trap you.
Switzer, crossfield to Tanner. And the Rhinos now moving forward. Rochester leading 1-0. And Tanner is bumped, but the ball picked up again by Giamara. Lynx on the attack. Vinovich into the middle for Thomas. As he's watched there by Tanner, Vinovich chips one forward, intercepted and brought away by Delenn. And the Rhinos have the ball. Delenn to Makai. Cross midfield. Yogi Makai has been with the Rhinos from the start. Actually, the first player signed by the Rhinos.
Yeah, local product out of Greece Arcadia High School. Son of ex-professional who played for the Lancers here. So there's a Makai soccer tradition going way back in Rochester.
Thomas takes it away. Rhinos with the ball. Thomas crossfield to Giamara. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. Giamara watched closely, dropping it back across midfield. And Sirentopoulos plays it all the way back to his keeper, Busbee. Spadafina for the Lynx. Pass off to Titus. Rhino slowly moving forward. Taking their time here and now bringing it out to midfield. Titus sends across field. Sirentopoulos had to get an extra wide jersey to fit that name across the back of his shoulders. That was blocked away and out of bounds.
Well, you know, it's those Greek names. You know, those Greek names are like...
Next game on the Empire right here Wednesday, July 15th with the MLS Stars. Tony Miola, Alexei Lalas, maybe even Billy Andraki coming to Frontier Field for this exhibition friendly. The Rhinos against the Metro Stars of the MLS. Hope you'll join us that night.
I was going to say, there's only one thing worse than Greek names in Jersey, and that's Ukrainian names. When you have to switch from the Cyrillic alphabet to the English alphabet, then it's like 30 letters.
On that, dropping it back for Hardy. Tried to play it up the wing, but blocked away by Ashton, and that creates the goal kick for the Rhinos. 1-0, Rochester leading. 5 minutes away from halftime. Cooling off nicely now. This turning out to be a gorgeous evening here at Frontier.
I still think we should go into that hot tub, though, Don.
All right. Well, you go ahead. I'll follow. Tanner downfield. Has it at the 18 yards out along the line to Glenn. Now moving through is De Silva. Couldn't gain control. That was deflected out over the end line, and this will create another corner kick for the Rhinos. It is a Rhinos Daikon corner kick. Kickstart your digital communication needs. Call Daikon.
And I'll tell you, Mauro De Silva came streaking through, and here again, coming up from his defensive position. He knows he's a veteran, and he's been around, so he knows when to make those runs. It's not just a question of running up and down, up and flank, but knowing when to time it.
Out high to Tanner, moving ahead, right footed kick off the arms of Busbee and wide.
Whoa, and I'll tell you, that was just a great save by Busbee as Tanner got the ball and saw that Busbee was kind of moving a little bit and just took a crack. And here we have it, Tommy Tanner right outside the box is putting in a great save by Busbee to keep it out of that upper nine.
Another corner for the Rhinos. Fifth of the half. There it is for the wide side. Devin with a header, and he puts it back out wide. Makai again pops it up, and this one coming down in front. Up in the air goes Busbee. He'll kick it away out across midfield. So a couple of more opportunities right there for the Rhinos. Settled by Tanner, moving quickly forward. Trying to sneak it through off the leg of Steenkamp, and recovered again by the Lynx. Spadafina will shoot it out.
And Rochester's been putting quite a bit of pressure on Toronto here. Toronto's just getting a lot of bodies back and trying to withstand this pressure, trying to go in with just only one goal down at half.
De Silva, nifty move there down to the end line. A little give and go to himself. Throws it back to the 18, now taken by Tanner moving forward. Tanner in the middle. Steenkamp can't get the shot away. And the loose ball taken away by Holness. Beginning to move it upfield.
Yeah, and Lennon Steenkamp had a good look at the ball. He probably might have been better off shooting the first time instead of trying to cut the ball back and trying to get through another player there.
Here comes Steenkamp. Busfield turning back as Walton being chased by Giamara. He'll drop it off for Switzer. Switzer moving forward. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0 in favor of the Rhinos. To De Silva. Up to the 35-yard mark. Chips one in, coming down the box. Up goes Allnet. That's punched away by Busbee, who comes down on top of Yari Allnet. And the foul on the Rhinos. Free kick for the Lynx.
I'll tell you, that was a great little chip in by Mauro De Silva as he sent in Yari Allnet coming in from a offensive midfielder, an overlapping run through. And it basically was a 50-50 ball in the air. But usually when you get a collision, it's 50-50 that the goalkeeper will get it. There's a thing about protecting goalkeepers. So anything where there's collisions, it'll go to the goalkeeper.
Keeper Busbee drives it across midfield. Silva chasing after, getting under the ball. That goes out, throw in for the Lynx. 1-0. Rhinos on top. First goal of the season for Jimmy Glenn. It's Titus. Trying to sneak it through to Thomas. He's chasing the corner. Two Rhinos to Silva and Demon on him. Ball in the corner. The battle goes on there. Still along the touchline and out over the end line. And a goal kick for the Rhinos.
And Greg Denham did very well as he battled and battled in there with that big, strong body of his, and eventually he was able to get the ball to go over the end line so that they can get a goal kick instead of giving up a throw-in to Toronto that deep in its own territory.
Elvis not too happy with the call. Under a minute to go here in the first half. And Onstedt will just roll it forward to De Silva. Rhinos leading 1-0, having scored in the 20th minute. Kick across midfield. Glenn running onto the ball, turns to the middle, trying to get away from Sarantopoulos. Still spinning around, still has the ball. Drops it back for Walton. Leaves it off at Hardy to Walton. Ashton getting in the way, but Walton comes away, then stumbles. And the ball controlled by Ashton of the Lynx to Holness. Just seconds to go here in the first half. Pass knocked away by Switzer, and up with it now is Hardy to Tanner. As he's watched closely, sends it across midfield. Seconds ticking off here in the first half of play. Giamara. Makai stops, and he'll drive it up into the stands and out. Throw in for the Lynx, but the clock is going to run out here.
And Yogi, I'm sure, saw how much time was on the clock and said, let me just hammer this into the stand and let's get out of here with that 1-0 halftime lead.
All right, so there it is, halftime here at Frontier Field. One goal scored, and that by the Rochester Raging Rhinos as the players head for the locker room. For halftime, we will continue in just a moment from Frontier Field. At the half, the Rhinos leading 1-0. This is the Raging Rhinos on the Empire Sports Network.
We speak different languages. We practice different religions. We exist behind different borders. The lines we draw between us are strong, and yet there's a common ground out there with the power to erase them all. Umbro. Only soccer. Since 1924.
If you like hard-hitting lacrosse, the Buffalo Gamblers of the Ontario Lacrosse Association are for you. See the Gamblers compete for the Mann Cup with players like the Kilgore brothers, Jason Luke, Steve Fennell, Randy Mearns, Kripalowski, and lacrosse superstar Paul Gates. Don't gamble. Get your tickets now at the arena box office, Fantastics Outlets, or by calling 888-4000. 2 games this weekend, Saturday against Peterborough and Sunday Six Nations. Call 888-4000 for information.
Do you really enjoy buying a new car? Didn't think so. That's why at Island Chevrolet, we think it's time for a change. No hype, no gimmicks. Just the best products and best service. We sell new Chevrolet cars and trucks and GM certified used vehicles so you can buy with confidence. We know how to sell cars and take care of our customers. When it comes to price, service, getting what you really want, it's time for a change. Island Chevrolet.
Relationships offer certain advantages.
He watches TV with me.
So does the Marine Extra 3 account.
She thinks all my jokes are funny.
There are benefits to every relationship.
He's got the greatest tools. Yeah, I want him back.
Start one with Marine.
In every sense of the word, it is a wonder. Its energy is boundless, its magnitude legendary. It has the power to take your breath away. Truly, this is the one. Introducing Casino Niagara, a magnificent world-class setting with spectacular diversions. It's the most incredible new landmark to hit Niagara since the Falls. Discover Casino Niagara, because this is the one.
This is the only one.
A company in Western New York is America's #1 producer of ready-to-assemble furniture. Over the past 5 years, their net earnings are up 638%. Some of the best-kept investment secrets can be found right here in Western New York. Do you know who they are? We do, and we know how to put them to work for you. The Bullfinch Fund Western New York Series. Invest right. Invest right here.
At Frontier Field, where the Rhinos lead the Toronto Lynx 1-0. Don Stevens along with Don Lalka, and we go down to the field now to Josh Mora. Josh?
Okay, guys, I am with Rhinos head coach Pat Ercole. Pat, some scary moments for you guys early. Toronto had some chances.
Yeah, I mean, we started off a little lackluster there, maybe a little overconfident. Now we've gotten quite a few opportunities. We're not putting the ball in the back of the net. We got the one, but we can't let a team like Toronto stay in the game like this. We got to put those chances away.
Still, you're very short at striker. Doug Miller did not make it out of the lineup, or into the lineup, I should say. You didn't have Darren Tilley either. How is Yari Allnut at this point?
Yari seems to be hobbling a little. We'll have to see at halftime here what he has to say in regards to the injury. I mean, I think Jimmy Glenn came in, did a great job for us. Lennon seems to be a little rusty. We threw him up top, so I think he'll come out with a different attitude in the second half and give us something.
Can you expand a little bit on the effort from Jimmy Glenn? Obviously a great bonus for you guys in a game where you're short at striker.
Certainly. I mean, he's a proven scorer. We needed him back from Columbus, and he showed why today why we need him.
Thoughts about what you're going to say to the team in halftime?
Well, we have to go, pick up our intensity a little bit and put away our chances.
Was the team tight at first? Maybe a little concerned about this streak that's ongoing?
Oh, we played a tough game in Montreal with 10 men. That takes a lot out of you. Come back here, big crowd, jitters a little bit. I'm sure, you know, this, even though we've tried to put the 11th game out of our minds, it's still there. So, you know, I think they responded pretty good. They just have to put away our chances.
Okay, Pat, thanks very much. Good luck in the second half. Thanks very much. Pat Ercole, head coach of the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Don and Don, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Josh Mora. We are at halftime again at Frontier Field, 1-0 in favor of the Raging Rhinos over the Toronto Lynx. We'll continue with halftimes and highlights coming up next, so stay with us for that. This is the Raging Rhinos on the Empire Sports Network.
Which of these tires will stop faster? Actually, they stopped about the same. In almost any test you can think of, Toyo tires stand up against the best in the world.
Call 1-800-88-TIRES for the Toyo tire retailer near you.
Are you ready for 2 hours of non-stop action, world-class skill, and undeniable energy? Then you're ready for Rochester Raging Rhino Soccer. It's hot, it's exciting, and it kicks. Prepare yourself for heart-pounding, aggressive action. It's Rochester Raging Rhino Soccer. Get your Rhinos tickets today at the Frontier Field box office or call 454-KICK for more information. That's 454-KICK. Come see why Rochester is known as Soccertown, USA.
He's not alone. After countless hours, days, and years of being first and last on the ice, he's had one dream to keep him company: to get into the NHL. Is it enough? Well, the road to the NHL is easier for you because this year's NHL Entry Draft and Xerox Fan Fest is at the Marine Midland Arena. Admission is free. You'll get a first-hand look at hockey's future stars, plus there are virtual reality and carnival games for the kids. Don't miss all the action on June 27th. It's a day everyone will look forward to.
Delivering nature's best since 1852, or maybe beyond. Nature's best juices, spring and fluoridated water delivered right to your home or office. Yes, Mayer Brothers is more than apples. Call 668-1787 for delivery.
At Value Vision, we know how much your collectible pieces mean to you. That's why we make sure to bring you the finest selection available in heirloom quality collectibles at affordable prices. As one of the country's premier shop-at-home channels, Value Vision proudly features many name brand collectibles with a wide variety of collections perfect for all ages. Look to Value Vision for a variety of fine collectibles on your local cable system today.
Hi, Dan Edwards here at Empire Ford, Rochester's #1 Ford volume dealership, and here's why.
1998 Escorts, $139 a month or 0.9% financing. 1998 Contours, fully equipped, $189 a month. That's power windows, locks, tilt, and cruise. Or Ford's best-selling vehicle, 1998 Taurus, just $199 a month, and again, 0.9% financing. Come on down and see us at Empire Ford in Webster, just 5 minutes east of the Sony Theaters and home of the lifetime free oil changes. Thanks. Have a great day.
Once again at Frontier Field tonight, where the Raging Rhinos have a 1-0 lead over the Toronto Lynx. We're at the halftime, and I'm Don Stevens along with Don Lalka in that first half. Pretty good first half, actually.
Yeah, it was actually a very exciting first half. Rochester, a ton of chances. Getting that defense just holding solid in the back. They got that goose egg back there.
You know, it seemed like, Don, that the Toronto Lynx had the early chances, and then the Rhinos sort of took the game away near the end of the first half.
Yeah, well, Toronto came out with a couple opportunistic chances. What they're doing is basically trying to counterattack. That's why Elvis Thomas is getting caught in those offside traps. But Rochester seemed to put an end to that and took control of the game and just started putting steady pressure on Toronto.
Well, the Rhinos had an opportunity to score one early on, as we see on the first of our replays. What's this one here from Tommy Tanner?
Yeah, and here we have Tommy Tanner. What he does is he's going to take it to the right, and he cracks one, and the keeper makes a save with his right hand. Oh, there it is. That's it. That's the one where Yari Allnut came on it, but it was a touch off the keeper. Great
chance. All right, so that was the first one. Great opportunity for the Rhinos, and the next one they did capitalize on.
Yeah, well, Rochester, you know, they take it, put it in the back of the net when they need to, and here we go. Here we have it. Jimmy Glenn, kind of a unique effort as he took one guy on, and then he's going to beat another guy right here and still maintain his presence, look up, and then shoot right for the far corner, keeping it on the ground, and or keeping it low, actually, making it very difficult for the goalkeeper to come across and save it. It's just a good effort by Jimmy Glenn to put it in the back of the net.
And kind of a great story right there for Jimmy Glenn, who just returned today from Columbus of the MLS, his first game back, and he scores a goal. Well, it wasn't all at that end of the field. There was activity at the other end of the field, and the Rhinos had to rely on their stone wall, Pat Hunstead, the keeper, to come up big again.
Yeah, and here we have a great chance. But what you're going to see here is, I think it was Holness that cracked that one, but Onstead right there, just right there, and that was the one that caught everybody surprised, because that was a shot from about 35 yards out.
Well, certainly both teams had their opportunities in that first half, as each team, especially even early on, Elvis Thomas had just a tremendous opportunity, cracked it over the crossbar, and actually Toronto couldn't have had the first goal of the game.
Yeah, Elvis is a very dangerous player. I think he's, you know, like the old Elvis Presley was a great singer. Elvis Thomas is just a great soccer player. He's got great speed. That's the thing that Rochester has to watch out for. But so far what they've done is they've kind of toyed with him defensively. In other words, they've played back on him, and he's not sure now whether he has to break, because they're using that offside trap. They're playing with his mind right now, so he doesn't know if he's got to hold back or if he's got to break through. Good defense by Rochester.
Well, certainly Toronto trying to attack, as they've had lots of offsides in that first half of play. In fact, let's take a look at the statistics in the first half, and the statistics brought to you by the document company, Xerox. Look at the shots are even up, Don.
Well, the shots look like they're even, but I'll tell you, in actuality, you've got to look at the quality of the shots. Rochester had some great opportunities, and I think basically the shots against Rochester, that long one and a couple that went wide, weren't really as dangerous as perhaps the shots that Rochester had against Toronto.
Well, you see Busbee, the keeper for Toronto, had 4 saves, and Onstad had 2. Actually, you know, it seemed like I think each keeper was maybe a little more busy than that.
Well, that's sometimes the statistics don't really tell the truth, because, you know, it depends what you consider a save.
As you look at the corner kicks, you see the 3 for Toronto and 4 for the Rhinos, and then the fouls led by Toronto in that first half.
Yeah, it's in that aspect, I think the thing that I'm noticing, Don, is that there's a little bit of inconsistency in the refereeing, because I think I alluded to a couple of times during the broadcast, the tackles from behind really have to be cracked down on, and apparently the referees aren't, so I think they've got to get a little tighter with those calls.
Second half action just moments away here at Frontier Field. Pretty good first half. Stick around for the second half coming your way. At the half, it's the Raging Rhinos 1 and the Toronto Lynx 0. And this is the Raging Rhinos on the Empire Sports Network.
The deck was the most satisfying job we can remember doing.
Most everyone loves building decks. We'll show you how easy it is.
The pressure-treated lumber Chase Pitkin carries, top quality.
We help you plan your deck, show you how to set posts, or we'll install it for you.
They even showed us how to angle the nails so it pulls the decking tight.
The right lumber, the right brackets, galvanized nails.
Doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone.
Chase Pitkin, you don't have to do it yourself.
Hi, I'm Tony McCarthy at McCarthy Ford. For a new Ford car or truck, there are 3 reasons why you should come see us. Affordable prices, a huge selection, and quality service. That means you'll actually enjoy being our customer. We have 1999 heavy-duty trucks available for immediate delivery. So shop around for your new Ford, then come see us, McCarthy Ford. We're on Maple Street in Elma, right off Route 400. McCarthy Ford, affordable prices, quality service.
If you like hard-hitting lacrosse, the Buffalo Gamblers of the Ontario Lacrosse Association are for you. See the Gamblers compete for the Mann Cup with players like the Kilgore brothers, Jason Luke, Steve Fennell, Randy Mearns, Kripalowski, and lacrosse superstar Paul Gate. Don't gamble. Get your tickets now at the Arena box office, Fantastics Outlets, or by calling 888-4000. 2 games this weekend, Saturday against Peterborough and Sunday Six Nations. Call 888-4000 for information.
In every sense of the word, it is a wonder. Its energy is boundless, its magnitude legendary. It has the power to take your breath away. Truly, this is the one. Introducing Casino Niagara, a magnificent world-class setting with spectacular diversions. It's the most incredible new landmark to hit Niagara since the Falls. Discover Casino Niagara, because this is the one.
This is the only one.
Once upon a time, there was a printer that thought it was a copier. It was fast, 32 pages a minute. This printer collated, sorted, and stapled like a copier. Even had a name worthy of a copier. And starting at just $2,900, it made all the other printers very, very sad. That's the story of the Xerox DocuPrint N32, the printer that thinks it's a copier. The Document Company, Xerox.
Hit the road this summer for the International League's Thruway Series with upstate rivals Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse battling for bragging rights and AAA's coveted Thruway Cup. Enter to win a bus party for 30 at Cellular One and Citgo locations or at Nabisco retail displays. Contact your home team for upcoming Thruway Series games.
Just moments away from the second half here at Frontier Field as you look over what sometimes is a baseball stadium, but we like to call it a soccer field here at Frontier Field. And you see the stands across the way are full. It's another huge crowd on hand tonight here at Frontier Field. And in that goal scored by the Rhinos in the 21st minute, Jimmy Glenn with his first goal of the season. Scott Switzer assisting on the goal, his first ever point as a Raging Rhino, and very deservedly so. It's always nice to see those guys who really don't get a whole lot of credit picking up points, Don.
Yeah, exactly, especially the defenders, you know. And one of the reasons why Scott Switzer has that ability to move up is because of, as I mentioned before, there's a complementary role between him and Craig Delenn. Delenn being that rock of Gibraltar stays back there, and Delenn, and actually Switzer in that case, can find those little openings, and he can kind of get in there and, as we say, scheme a little bit, you know, try to create something.
As we look at the Raging Rhinos, there's Scott Switzer right there. It does not appear that there will be any changes here to start the second half for the Rhinos. Yari is still in there. Questionable, slowed up with a sore foot. And Pat Onstead comes in, a little huddle as the captain Tommy Tanner talks things over with his teammates. And second half action about to get underway. Let's send you downstairs now to field level to Josh Mora once again. Josh?
Thanks, guys. I am now with the head coach of the Toronto Lynx, Pat Pinisoto. Pat, what did you have to say to your team?
Well, basically, I told them we played very well. We're unfortunately that we're down 1-0. I don't think we deserve to be down 1-0. We had 2-3 great chances in the first half. Fortunately, we missed them, and they took advantage on their chances, and that's why we're down 1-0.
Tell us a little bit about those chances. Obviously, especially early, you had some good ones.
Well, we had a very good chance with Nikki Vinovich, which I think he delayed his shot, and if he would have shot a little bit earlier, maybe it would have gone in. But he delayed his, his shot, and the defender put his foot in, and that's how it goes. And Elvis Thomas had that clear chance. I guess too exciting to be in front of the net and just put it over the net. So, but
I think we had some great chances to really at least be a tie game or at least be up 1-0 for us.
There were still some chances or some stretches where the Rhinos seemed to have really the better play of the stretch. Were you disenchanted with those moments, especially leading up to the goal?
Well, during the game, you're always going to get, especially we play, you know, Rochester played home in front of their crowd, and you're going to get times where they're going to dominate passing the ball around. But I thought we came behind the ball and we played very well.
Pat, thanks very much. Good luck in the second half. Peter, thank you very much. Peter and Don, we send it back upstairs to you guys.
All right, thank you, Josh Moore. And Peter Pinizzotto has done an excellent job his second year with the Toronto Lynx. And last year took his team on a 10-game winning string and had a great year.
Oh, exactly. As I said earlier, he was a good player himself. He had international experience and then played for that famous Toronto Italia club. Produced a lot of great players over the years out of there. And now he's doing a great job as a coach.
Pat Onstad, who you saw a moment ago, played for Toronto when they went on that 10-game winning string. And this year he's trying to set a new league record as the Rhinos tonight looking for 11 consecutive wins. Had to establish a new A-League record. Tanner keeping the ball in, out to midfield, and Vinovich up with it. Rolls it forward to Holness, right back to Vinovich. His pass forward, stumping up at the play to intercept is Switzer. Right, Switzer, crossfield, taken by Tim Hardy. Just getting underway in the second half. Tonight at Frontier Field. A run for the ball by Makai, can't get to it. Taken back now by the Lynx. There's Golan, passing midfield. Off to Holness. There's more de Silva's right on him. Holness dropping it back for Titus. And I look it over, Don. I don't see any changes for the Lynx either here at half, do you?
Yeah, I don't really notice that. I think both teams are going with what they came, as they say.
That's Onstad to just put it up in the stands and get out of trouble.
Yeah, and that was just a play by Onstad where he wasn't unsure of a couple of things. And the old rule of thumb is on defense, if you're unsure, just knock it out of there. Give it a chance for your defense to set up.
Throw in for the Lynx. Ball drop back. No, here's a new player. It is Caparella in the lineup. Caparella, number 23. Phil Caparella, forward. Up front for the Toronto Lynx. Now we can pick up who's out of the match. Played into the middle, brought away. Here's Walton, sends it downfield for Glenn. And he gets in behind. Moving by Holmes. Here's Glenn on the run. Taking the ball. It's blocked away by Busbee. Now on the attack. Steenkamp is pulled down by Busbee. And the ball is brought away. No whistle. Actually, I heard a whistle, but I think it must have been in the stands.
Yeah, and that was just a great long run by Jimmy Glenn. And on the last touch, he just pushed it a little bit too far, and the keeper got at it. But a good hustling move in by Lennon Steenkamp almost to put that rebound in. Kind of getting a second bite of the apple there.
Back for the ball, Spadafina. Off to Titus and begins to move forward. Cross midfield, Thomas into the middle for Holness. On that, the Rhinos on Holness, but Holness pulls it back into the middle, overruns the ball, leaves it off for Ashton. Trying to sneak it through, but De Silva intercepts, comes away with the ball. Mauro De Silva shows patience as he moves by Ashton, now to Tanner, back to De Silva. Nice little one-touch pass off to Steenkamp. In the middle for Tommy Tanner. Moving forward, gets the ball through, but De Silva in behind, and an offside against the Rhinos.
And I tell you that, here's the substitution. What it was is that Caparella came in for Gumera. That was the difference. William Gumera's out and Caparella is in. On that last play, what happened was actually if that ball had been pushed a little quicker through, then we would have seen the offside by De Silva. The midfielders just held the ball up a little too long. De Silva made a great run through, and you've got to make a quick touch in here to turn him loose there.
Here come the Lynx. Vinovich blocked by De Silva, takes the ball away nicely as he puts it out, so a throw in for the Lynx. Steenkamp dropping it there for Titus, who plays it in now to Golan on the throw in. Just getting started here in the second half, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. Akai attacking, and the ball brought away by Caparella, but the whistle stops play. Sports fans, getting the best sports coverage in the region now means you don't even have to change the channel. Every weekday at 4:30 and 9:30, Fan TV brings you the best stories, news, and highlights on the Buffalo Bills, Sabres, AAA baseball, and so on. A whole lot more. So catch Fan TV right here on the Empire Sports Network.
And what we just had was we had Mauro De Silva giving up the corner kick because, again, there was uncertainty. So what he did is just knocked it out, waited for the defense to come back and set up.
Set piece in the box, headed away by Allnutt. It is Sarantopoulos back to take the ball for the Lynx. Pass off to Spadafina. He'll go deep up the wing, and that one gets away from the Toronto Lynx, and a throw in for the Rhinos in their own territory. The Rhinos up 1-0. Long throw in by Hardy across midfield for Allnut. He runs into, crashes into Sarantopoulos and goes down. Allnut got his foot up a little high. Dangerous play there, and it'll be a free kick for the Lynx.
Yeah, Yari Allnut was just a little too aggressive right there, as he thought that he might be able to touch that ball, kind of flip it over the defensive player, but wasn't enough room and just ran right into him. No question about that foul.
Well, you could see Yari Allnut hobbling as he came.
Here we have it again. Here he is. He was trying to get that touch, and the player was just too tight there. And luckily that the player didn't catch that cleat right in the face.
Yeah, you could see that that Allnut was hobbling a little bit as he came away, just bothered by a foot injury. Well, pass deep in the zone. Vinovich. No, that was out. So it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos deep in their own end. 1-0. Rhinos scoring back in the 21st minute. Jimmy Glenn, assisted by Scott Switzer. Here's the throw in for the Rhinos. De Silva to Tanner, and he's pulled down. Well, they say the foul's on Tanner.
Well, that was one of those where it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. Both players kind of were in there, and when he blew the whistle, whichever way he blew it, somebody was going to complain.
Sarantopoulos across midfield. Nice with a chip shot in the box, and Thomas in behind. Offside flag is in the air. There's a shot, but the flag is up. Flag is up across the way. The offside flag was up long before.
We're gonna have a lot of arguments here. Let me tell you.
There's no question the flag was up before he took the shot.
I know, but they didn't see it, and they still think that that's what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of arguments. They're celebrating like there's a goal. I don't think Toronto ever saw it.
And the Rhinos trying to get a quick restart as Holmes is arguing. Now they pull the ball back and do it again, and here's the Rhinos on the attack. There was no goal. As it was offside, I saw the flag go up and couldn't believe that there was no whistle. Trying to sneak it through the Lynx. Sarantopoulos attacked by Glenn, blocked away and out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos.
And here we have it. And yes, the player was offside. He was behind the other player. There's no question about it. He came back from an offside position to retrieve the ball. That is a clear offside.
And you can see, if you get a chance to look at Peter Pinizzato, the coach of the Toronto Lynx, he is really going at the fourth official over on the sideline, and the players are still talking to the referee, who has pulled a yellow card out of his pocket.
Yeah, and there was a yellow card that was issued, but I wasn't sure to which player, because I was trying to catch what's happening between the argument of the coach here and what is going on over there on the far end of the field as well.
We'll see if we can figure out who the yellow went to. Well, there was no question about it. I mean, the flag across the way was up long before the ball ever came in and got in behind the player.
All right, here we're going to see, I think the yellow card's going to be coming up.
To Holmes right here.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay.
So, free kick. 52nd minute as Holmes picks up the yellow. Here's the free kick in the box, and now comes Busbee to grab it. Not too difficult to play right there for him.
I tell you, a couple of interesting little calls here. This little the sequence here, the goal that was called back, which was actually an offside. And I think the game's going to start getting a little cheeky here, as they say, meaning that the ball's going to come in, players are going to come up, get a little rougher. So let's see how it develops.
And they say De Silva got the foot up, a little bit of a dangerous play there, so it'll be a free kick for the Lynx. 1-0, Rhinos leading, 37 minutes. Time remaining here in the second half of play. Sarantopoulos ahead for Golan. I still can't believe there was no whistle, because the flag was up a long time before the ball ever came through to Thomas, who then took the shot and put it in.
Right, and I guess that the flag was up, but the referee never blew the whistle on it, and I think that's why Toronto thought
saw
that
the flag.
Pardon me?
He must not have seen the flag.
Yeah, exactly. But the flag was up there and it stayed up. It never came down, so definitely it was an offside.
Rhinos have the ball. This is Switzer being attacked now by Ashton, and gets a pass forward. Nice touch on the ball to Makai, but blocked away and out, so it'll be a throw in for Toronto. And with that call, you might think that the Lynx are going to get some calls now going their way. Quite often happens that way, as maybe the officials feeling a little sorry for the team, or hoping that they didn't make a mistake, which they didn't. Now Now brought forward into the box. Chip shot into the middle. Header by Vinovich off the post and in the net.
Oh, what a great.
It came back out. Actually hits Onstad. Goes back in the net. And that evens it up. Vinovich over to yell at the linesman. Right in the face of the linesman. Could be a dangerous play there, but no cards. Or is there going to be? Yes, I believe that the referee coming over to say something to Vinovich.
Yeah, he had his card out, and I'm sure he probably did give a card to Vinovich. But this is just a great header. Watch him snap on that one. Right in there. Oh, God, that thing just caught. It had eyes on it, that ball. And there he is. There's the goal scorer, Nikki Vinovich. He played for Rochester last year.
55th minute. As Vinovich scores his third of the season. And then receives the yellow, I believe, also in the 55th minute. So it's all even up now at 1 apiece. Tie game. They continue on now in the second half, and that is 3 goals this season already that the Rhinos have allowed. Already. In 11 games, they've allowed 3. Out to midfield. Ally Walton. Off to Switzer. Pulls it forward, but Alnut can't come up with the ball. It's brought away by Vinovich. Pass ahead, and now here come the Lynx again. Holness sneaks it through to Thomas. Out comes Onstad, scoops up the rolling ball.
Yeah, Pat Onstad read that quite easily. It was a good ball that was pushed through, but he comes right out so quickly, reads so well, and just there was no problem with that.
Steenkamp pulling the ball forward, sneaks it through after it. There's Glenn, but it's steered aside. And out of bounds by Spadafina.
I tell you, we're starting to see a wide open game now because that lifted the Toronto spirits, and we're seeing end-to-end action at this point.
Sneaking through Steenkamp. Takes a foot, left-footed, in on goal, grabbed by Busbee.
It was a nice little move by Lennon Steenkamp as he went right around that player and then just took a good shot at it, a good crack at it left-footed, and unfortunately for him, the keeper was right in the right spot.
High ball across midfield, off of Thomas. Walton back to settle it, and the Rhinos have the ball. 33.5 minutes to go in the second half as the Lynx have just evened this one up at 1 apiece. Trying to stop the Rhinos in their bid to set a new Egg League record here tonight of 11 consecutive wins. Delenn to Walton. Rolls it off on the open wing to Switzer. He's watched by Vinovich. Switzer's pass downfield. Deflected away, but kept in play by Titus for Ashton. As he pulls the ball off to the touchline, and now Titus with it again. Steenkamp on in. Titus turning back. Plays it up the wing, but intercepted by De Silva. Settles the ball, gives it off to Tanner. In the middle for Walton. He'll go cross field. Hardy after it. Slips it forward to Yogi Makai. Here come the Rhinos on the attack in the middle. Now Walton at the 35, moving in. Ball blocked away, but Tanner still with it. At the 18, sneaks it through, and out comes Busbee, has the ball. Takes it on one bounce.
Tommy Tanner looking for Jimmy Glenn, I believe, there as he was trying to lead Jimmy Glenn through, and just the pass was a little too much steam on it.
All the way downfield. Taken by Delenn. Ahead for Allnut, turns upfield. Being watched closely by Golan. He'll drop it back to Switzer. Even deeper to Delenn. Pass cross field, rolls out of bounds. So a giveaway by the Rhinos. And now the Lynx with it at midfield.
Yeah, it was very uncharacteristic of the Rochester defense. Maybe they're a little flabbergasted by that goal that was scored against them. You know, you get so few scored against them that they probably can't believe it at this point.
To Spadafina. Glenn watching on. Here's Sarantopoulos for the Lynx. At the midfield for Vinovich. Turns it across midfield. Back in the middle. Blocked away by Hardy. And stepping up is Switzer. But then a sliding block there. And the ball brought away by Tanner. Rhinos have it. In the middle, Switzer. Crossing midfield. Moves to his left. He's dumped by Spadafina. And a free kick for the Rhinos about 40 yards out.
Yeah, and Spadafina did, that was basically what we call a professional foul. He saw what was happening. It was a good counterattack, and he came up kind of from his deep defensive position, said, heck, I'll just give up the foul.
Walton to De Silva. Going for for the middle, into the box, header by Allnut, settled there by Steenkamp, trying to move it forward. Steenkamp being pulled at, gets the left foot on it, but puts it high and wide.
But I think we have a deflection there, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be a corner kick. Lennon doing a lot of hard work in there.
Yes, it is. It's a Rhinos and Daikon corner kick. To kickstart your digital communication needs, call Daikon. Yogi Makai takes the corner kicks as he will here. Left-footed out-swinging kick for the short side and headed away out of the box by Golan. Tanner up with it for the Rhinos. Moves it back in the middle. Pass, no, Walton can't reach it, and the Lynx have the ball. Thomas slipping it cross field as Thomas was dumped by Switzer, and it's a foul on the Rhinos.
And there again is what we call a professional foul. Switzer came up. He saw it might be a dangerous situation. The ball was at midfield. Gave up the foul and just let the ball settle down. Give a chance for his defenders to come back. Get some composure back there. Very smart play.
Saw a moment ago Mike Kerms being stretched out, getting ready to come into the match, it would appear. Here's the play now. Into the Rhinos end near the end line. Thomas won't get there in time. That's out. Looks like he'll be coming in for Yogi Makai. Mike Kerms, who really, when he comes in, he goes a mile a minute, doesn't he?
Yeah, Mike, he's just got a tremendous amount of energy. And, of course, he's got those great bursts of speed. And usually when you get him at this point in the game, the opposition has kind of been worn down a little bit. And that even makes him more effective because his speed is that much more obvious when he's in there.
In the 60th minute, Mike Kerms comes in and Yogi Makai is out, and maybe the television audience will get a chance to see that flip throw-in that he does. Hope we get a chance to see that. We'll have to watch Mike Kerms for that throw-in.
That's right. I forgot he does that one. That's just, if you haven't seen it, that is really spectacular. He does a complete flip and just gets a whip action out of that ball.
All right, downfield, the Rhinos. Steenkamp up for the ball, but that's knocked out off of the head of Titus, so a throw-in for the Rhinos. Silva over to make the throw-in. Long throw-in. Steenkamp flicks it forward to Allnut. They work near the end line. Allnut tried to put it off of the Toronto player now, but missed, and is brought away and upfield by Titus of the Lynx. Into the middle for Ashton. He'll go cross field. Vinovich working the right wing side. Being watched closely by Hardy. Vinovich and Hardy chase the ball, and it still kept in play by Vinovich, but the Rhinos have it. Taken in turn away by Ashton, and now the Lynx recover the ball. Into the middle for Vinovich, the goal scorer for Toronto. Sneaking it through to Thomas, and then intercepted by Kerms. He'll send it cross field, but nobody on the open wing, so another giveaway by the Rhinos.
And again, that's kind of uncharacteristic as well. We haven't seen many of those, Don. We're just playing giveaways like that.
Back into the Toronto end of the field, chased after by Spadafina. 28 minutes to go, second half. We're all even up at one apiece. Rhino scored in the first half, and adding a goal here in the second half, the Lynx. Holmes. Off to Sarantopoulos, right back to Holmes. Watching on is Glenn. Here's the feed through to midfield. Kerms couldn't come up with it, and the ball is still controlled by the Lynx. Sarantopoulos across midfield to Ashton. Sneaks by Walton, still with the ball. Now pass off to Vinovich. She's watched closely. Pass away for Caparella. Sends it up the wing, and that went over top of Vinovich and out. Throw in for the Rhinos. Going into the field.
Vinovich has been having a nice game today for Toronto. He's showing a lot of that great individual skill that he has. And this has been causing problems for Rochester.
At midfield, headed forward. Steenkamp able to keep it in play. Pass off to Glenn, but rolled off his foot. Now they say the ball was out, so throw in across the way for Toronto. Roller into the middle, and Titus takes the ball. 1-1 tie. We're in the 64th minute. Lynx controlling the ball in their own end of the field. These teams will meet 3 times this regular season. The next 2 will be played in Toronto. Next time they play, it'll be July the 19th, and then it's September the 6th in Toronto.
Yeah, and this is shaping up to be a nice little rivalry. And as I said earlier, remember I said that you can take the record book and throw it out when these 2 teams meet, and here's the evidence of that. Toronto being 4-5, Rochester 10-0. You expect an easy game for Rochester, but here they do. They got a battle in their hands.
Silva sends it across midfield. Holmes settles it, but taken away by Allnut. Nice job there, and Yari Allen up the wing, looking for the crossing ball, stops as traffic catches up, and the ball is taken away. On the attack, trying to move it forward, the Lynx. Titus being watched, now sends it forward into the center circle, and that's blocked away by Hardy. Takes it, gets it back, and it's deflected away and recovered by the Lynx. Serentopoulos. Right on him is Kerm. Serentopoulos gets away, and a pass up field for Caparella, or the midline for Holness. She moves forward on the wing for Ashton. Crossing ball in front. Header by Caparella, and then it's flicked out of the box by De Silva. Onto it, Tanner. Nice midfield, ball settled, and it's picked up again by Toronto. Rolling into the center circle for Vinovich. He does his work and now drops it back across midfield for Holmes. To Serentopoulos. 1-1. We're all even up here. 25 minutes to go in the second half. Rhino Lynx in white. Coming into tonight, 4 wins and 5 losses on the season, a 2-4 record on the road. And Rhinos, of course, coming in 10-0 on the season. Trying to get the through ball to Thomas, but headed away. Walton for Mike Kearns. He crosses midfield, goes wide. Kearns now 35 yards up, moving forward. Ball just taken away. Tried to sneak it through, but didn't get enough on it. 12,152 the attendance here tonight. Great crowd on hand at Frontier Field.
Yeah, that's a super crowd. It's just a great evening for a game. The weather's perfect, and we've got a good game on our hands, going back and forth. I think Rochester's probably going into uncharted territory here, being tied at this point in the game. They're usually ahead and kind of coasting at this point.
And there is one game they went to overtime this year, which is the only time that the Rhinos have gone beyond regulation. Cross midfield. On the attack, here's Tanner with Steenkamp. Tanner moving into the 18, lost the ball, gets it through, trying to catch up, and it's blocked away and out of the end line. Nice hard work by Tommy Tanner.
Yeah, and Tommy is that hard worker that he is. That's what he's known for. He's just tried to get through maybe one too many guys. Might have been potentially that towards the end a little touch off to the left. Here we have a replay. Tommy Tanner coming in, and you see Lennon breaking into space. Here's Tommy actually does get around those two guys, and still trying to get through somewhere. I guess the ball went a little bit too far. Just that last touch by Tommy was a little bit too far.
And Serentopoulos is down on the field and taking a little bit of a breather and a drink of water while he's there. This will be a corner kick for the Rhinos. And they had 5 in the first half and 2 here in the second, so 7 corners on the evening for the Rhinos. Mauro De Silva over to take the corner kick as Serentopoulos gets up. It is a Rhinos Daikon corner kick. To kickstart your digital communication needs, call Daikon.
And what Mauro does is he has this ball that he brings in. It's not only he puts a banana or English on it where it curves, but he also puts a drop on it, and it's very difficult for a keeper to gauge that.
Or the short side, now rolled back in the middle. Walton drops it all the way back out to midfield. So the Rhinos trying to set up on the attack again. Hardy to Switzer, who assisted on the Rhinos' first goal. Switzer chips it up the wing, but Holness settles it off his chest and sends it the other way. That one will be out, so a throw in for the Rhinos at midfield. 1-1 tie. All even up. Just over 22 minutes remaining in the second half. The pass into Yari Allen. He's grabbed and pulled down by Golan. Restart, Rhinos with the ball. Walton to Craig Delenn. Through ball, getting it to Glenn. Right back to Delenn. Left-footed kick, but he shanked it and puts that one out over the end line.
Yeah, he thought maybe that if he can get hold of one from about 35 yards out, that's always, you know, it's a little bit of wishful thinking by defenders. You know, as a defender, I always like to do that too. Come up as soon as I had a chance, take a crack at that ball. But most of the time, defenders don't have the accuracy as the forwards on their shots.
Busbee getting set for the goal kick. Rhino scored in the first half. The Lynx have come back here in the second half to even it up. It's Switzer turning to get away from Thomas. Off on the wing to Tim Hardy, who moves forward across midfield. Hardy, little nifty footwork there, being watched out, crossing ball into the box after it. Steenkamp hits it up over the crossbar and comes down over the bar and behind the net. A little bit too much on the header by Lennon Steenkamp.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where what Lennon was caught, he was caught backing up. And when you're caught backing up, you can't really get any power into that head ball. And you can't really settle in and place it. So basically all you do is just kind of, as you're backing up, it bloops up in the air on you.
Right away by Titus. Well, he'll give it away. Out over the touchline, then he kicks it all the way downfield. There's a bit of a delay. Now the Rhinos want the quick throw in, but referee says, no, wait a minute. Referee Anthony Perdue, his assistant Stephen Adamak and Islam Salah. And the fourth official tonight is Ken Tanner, as you look at Coach Pat Ercole of the Raging Rhinos. Tanner and Thomas fighting for the ball, but it's brought away by Vinovich of Toronto. At midfield, intercepted by Walton. Rhinos have it in the middle for Steenkamp. Trying to get it through for Delenn, and that's intercepted, then headed by Steenkamp forward. Kicked away again by the Lynx out to midfield. Kicked away by De Silva for Switzer, and the Rhinos have the ball. They'll go crossfield. To Mike Kerms, heads it forward. Rolling ball picked up by the keeper, Busbee.
Play kind of being a little ragged and sloppy in about the last couple of minutes. Neither team can really get control of that midfield, try to build and create something going into the attack. It's just kind of being pushed around here at this point.
Little under 20 minutes to go in this second half of play. Tonight at beautiful Frontier Field, downtown Rochester, New York, and certainly pleased to have you folks along. I'm Don Stevens along with Don Lauka and Josh Mora. Bring you the A-League action tonight. Northeast Division matchup between the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the Toronto Lynx. Running on the ball, Kerms trying to get it loose as he goes down, and it's brought away by the Lynx. Rhino in white. Crossing midfield into Rhinos territory. Drop back again to Holmes. He sends it crossfield. Looks like it may be another substitution for the Rhinos coming up here. We've seen Nate Daikon, who scored the only goal of the last game against Montreal. There's a through ball trying to catch Holness in behind, but he's slowed up by De Silva. Ball rolls out over the end line. And the referee signal evidently is a corner kick.
Yeah, he signaled for the corner kick, whereas Mauro De Silva felt that should have been a goal kick, but the referee said, no, sir.
Set piece, Vinovich for the wide side, and the header ball pops up in the air. Alna gets ahead to it, and the whistle is stopped play. Steenkamp comes out, grabs the ball. Little pushing going on in front of the net. Ball now brought away by Tim Hardy. Hardy looking around as he wants to play it back now to Walton, moves it across midfield, stumbles a moment, gets a pass off for Tanner. Hardy to Tommy Tanner. Just under 18 minutes to go in the second half. 1-1 tie. Steenkamp dropping the ball back to Delenn. Rolling it forward, and on that, he'll go up the wing to Mike Kerms, runs under the ball. And a break back in the middle, turns to get away, still has it. Crossing ball through the box, and the wide side for De Silva. Moving in, right for the kick, right across the goal now. Well, the Rhinos couldn't get anything on it as De Silva rolls it along the goal now.
And De Silva thought he had an excellent chance there as he took the change of the point of attack from Kerms, went all the way across to Mauro De Silva, and although he had a tough angle, I think he was trying to just whack it across, and even if he didn't go in, he figured that what he was going to do is maybe get a touch on by somebody.
Looks like Nate Daikon coming into the match, and Jimmy Glenn coming out. Glenn, great job in his first night back from the MLS. She comes out again here in the 73rd minute. Daikon going in.
And what I speculate you're going to see, I think you're going to see Yari Allnut moving up to a striker position, and Daikon probably playing into midfield, sliding into midfield.
All right, set to go now with 16 and a half minutes to go. That's headed away by Daikon. After the ball is Sarantopoulos, and then they went off of Allnut and out. It'll be a throw in for the Rhinos. Kerms over for the throw-in. Problem with he can't get the flip throw-in, I don't think, because there's no room for the run. And the ball, is there from there?
I don't know. It looks like I guess he's not going to do it.
He just do the regular throw-in. All right, that might be a problem. We may not be able to see that. He's on the wrong side of the field. Now after it, Daikon Picked up by Walton. Trying to sneak it through. Daikon with the ball. Back in the middle. Drops it off for Kerms. Comes loose, and Tanner with it for the Rhinos. Cracks a right foot, but that bounces away. Holness trying to settle the ball. Does get it by and moves out to midfield. Sends it crossfield. Vinovich with Hardy on him. Deep in the zone. Vinovich trying to break for the end line. Goes down. And the ball taken away by Tim Hardy. Right upfield. Hardy deep across midfield. And after it, Steenkamp hits it with the right foot to keep it in play. Being watched by Titus. Stops. Looks around. Still has it. Rolls it forward. Steenkamp on the right side. Looking for the crossing ball. Puts it off the leg of Titus. Oh, and came back and nicked Steenkamp and went out. Hey, folks, you can learn from the pros. The Rhino Soccer School. Now registering kids ages 6 to 16. 9 locations in Western New York. Sessions are filling up fast, so call today.
Lennon a bit unlucky on that last one where he thought that he was going to get at least a corner kick as he was hemmed in there, and as it bounced off, the other player just nicked his foot and went out.
Daikon one touch to Steenkamp to on that. Trying to sneak through, can't get loose. Now sends the ball across. Titus back for it as the Rhinos are pushing up here and creating some great opportunities. Switzer intercepts, trying to go behind his back with a pass. Ashton goes down, and a foul against the Rhinos. Holness to Vinovich. 14 and a half minutes to go here in the second half. Stolen by De Silva for Walton. Crossfield pass to Mike Kerms. Back to Walton. Ashton watching him. Walton into the middle for Tanner. Plays it back, and Switzer moving up on the play for the Rhinos. Scott Switzer trying to sneak it through, but that's blocked away and taken by the Lynx. Crossfield for Thomas. Off his shoulder, moving forward. Delenn getting back. Beats Thomas to the ball, but Thomas spinning around, still has it. Now burst of speed, moving in his shot. Missed the short side and out. Boy, you can see some speed on Craig Delenn. As the great speed of Thomas, but Delenn right there with him.
Delenn right there with him, and what Delenn did was just did the smart thing as a defender. He kind of pushed him to an angle where he really couldn't shoot, and that showed good teamwork between the defender and the goalkeeper. In other words, what Delenn did was pushed him into a certain area that Onstead at that point takes over and cuts off that angle and pretty much doesn't give the forward much of a shot at it.
Push through now to Thomas once again. Moving upfield, right foot, but that's blocked away and carried off by the Rhinos. Walton to Kerms, 1-1 tie, 13, just a little over 13 minutes to go in the second half. In the middle for Daikon, as it's taken away, but Walton there to steal it back, and Daikon is pulled down. Play goes on, Walton with the ball. Feed forward to Tommy Tanner. Up the wing, here's De Silva, overlapping right in line. Can't get there in time. Nice try by Mauro De Silva. It's just out over the end line.
And what has happened is in about the last 10 minutes, you're starting to see Mauro De Silva really acting like Cafu from Brazil. He's coming up that flank like crazy. Just a little unfortunate pass was a bit too long that he couldn't get to it, but he is definitely in an attacking mode right now off that right defensive spot.
Play underway again. Goal kick across midfield. Ball settled at the midfield line, and De Silva has it. He's grabbed onto by Holness. Free kick for the Rhinos after the foul to Holness. On the restart. Switzer goes crossfield to Hardy. And 35 yards out. Pass over the wing for Kerms. Looks it over, back out top for Daikon. He'll drop it all the way back to midfield for Delenn. And up the wing to Mike Kerms once again. In the corner, Hardy still in deep. Plays it back to Delenn. Just under 12 minutes to go in the first half. In the middle, Allnut. It was lost, but taken back again by Allnut. Off to Kerms. To Daikon. As the Rhinos trying to set it up here. Regain the lead. Off on the wing for Switzer. In the box. Off the foot of Steenkamp at the 18. Kicked away by Golan now. Getting to it, the Rhinos. Walton again. He'll feed it forward to Hardy. Trying to roll it through. Daikon turns. Being guarded by Cabarella. Into the far corner for Kerms. Crossing ball. To the right side. Busbee up in the air. Takes it as Steenkamp was right on him. Busbee with the ball.
And at this point, Toronto's bringing a lot of bodies back. I guess it looks like they're figuring, well, let's play for the overtime at this point, or for the draw, which is probably a good thing for them. And Rochester just throwing a lot of bodies forward.
There's a throw ball. It's not offside this time. After it, Thomas moving back inside, left-footed kick, blocked away by Onstad. Big save. Oh, huge save for Onstad. Cross midfield. Tanner now Steenkamp. Off in the wing, moving in his curves, but can't get through it as that's headed away. At midfield, recovered by Tanner, and the Rhinos with the ball. Now through to Steenkamp, moving in, but he won't get there as Busbee blocks the ball.
And real good end-to-end action here, as there was a great save by Onstad just a few seconds ago, and all of a sudden the ball's up here with Rochester threatening. It was just a great run up top, and Onstad perhaps saving the game there, because that could have very easily, with a lesser goalkeeper, been in the back of the net.
Off on the wing for Vinovich. Still 1-1 with 10 minutes now to go. 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Ball throw into Ashton. Tanner, no, can't come up with it. Titus for the Lynx, gives it away to Walnut, and the Rhinos have it. On the wing to Steenkamp across midfield. Dropping the ball back for Craig Delenn. Into the center circle for Walton. Walton on the attack for the Rhinos. Out wide to Hardy, crossing ball to Walnut, but that's headed away by Spadafina. Now up is Daikon. Heads it inside the box, and Titus getting to it, rolls it off on the wing, but De Silva's there for the Rhinos. To Tanner. As he looks around, De Silva trying to make the overlapping run, but Tanner couldn't get the ball through. Gives it back to De Silva. Crossing ball. It is all the header. Yari on there. Heads it in the wide side, and the Rhinos begin to lead.
And I'll tell you, that was just a great ball served up to Yari on it from Mauro De Silva. And you've heard us mention his name a lot here in that second half. Mauro De Silva making those great overlapping runs, and he just laid a ball out that was right on Yari's head. And Yari, of course, just a great finish. Jumped up in the air, snapped it down the way you're taught from the time you're a little kid. You snap it down so that the keeper has a harder time going down for the ball instead of being up within reach of him. It was just a great play, and here we have it. Watch this ball Mauro De Silva brings in. Just fantastic. Look at this. Bam. Perfect. It's a picture-perfect goal. That's the way you draw it up on the chalkboard.
So the Rhinos are up 2-1, and now we'll try and close the door here. That's blocked away and out by De Silva. We'll try and close the door here. That's blocked away and out by De Silva. What a game he's playing. Along with that man right there, Yari on that with his 6th goal of the season. Titus crossing ball, but that's pulled away by Switzer. Sends it ahead for Steenkamp. He's watched closely by Golan. Trying to put it off the foot of Golan, and the Lynx take it back at midfield. Spadafina dropping it deep in his own end for Holmes. Off of the wing for Golan and across midfield. Holness looking to sneak it through to Ashton. On the wing for Titus, won't get there. The ball is out, and a throw in for the Rhinos. 7.5 minutes to go in the regulation, or in the second half. Looks like we'll have a substitution. DiPlacido getting ready to come into the match for the Rhino Lynx. Headed forward by Walton for Tanner. Taken away by Golan. Into the middle and trying to sneak it through to Thomas. Delenn racing after the ball. Gets there. Keeps it out of the box. Delenn still bothering by Thomas. And Thomas goes down. A foul. A free kick for the Lynx. About 19 yards out for Toronto.
Yeah, that was just a good, strong battle between two players, and it's one of those that you could have called it one way, you could have called it the other. It just happened to be that it was called against Delenn, and it's a dangerous spot here because Nikki Vinovich just has tremendous service from the ball. He can do miracles with that ball here, so Rochester has to be extremely alert on this ball.
DiPlacido will make the substitution here in the 84th minute.
Yeah, what he's doing
is
and what he's doing here is just bringing in an extra forward and pulling a defender out.
Free kick, header over top and out of play. So it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Rochester looking for the league record here tonight. trying to make it 11 straight and have regained the lead now, out on top 2-1, and have to hold on for another 6 minutes.
And this is the point where they'll have to solidify the back. In other words, the midfielders have to come back and help out and not make those long runs, perhaps even pull one of the forwards back instead of playing with two into a midfield role and just get the 1-goal win.
Free kick for the Lynx. Off on the wing. Vinovich rolling it back into the middle. Left-footed kick trying to sneak it through, but Delenn gets in the way of that one. To Tanner. Pass midfield on the wing, running onto the ball to Steenkamp. Able to keep it in play. Steenkamp moving forward. Has the ball to the end line. Is taken back by Titus. Drops it for Holmes. And the Lynx with the ball, but Steenkamp almost stealing it away. Great hard work by Lennon Steenkamp. Out of the end line is out, and it's off the leg of Steenkamp, so a throw in deep in the corner for the Toronto Lynx.
And I tell you, Don, ditto to what you just said. Good hard work by Lennon Steenkamp in that corner. He didn't allow the ball to come out. He didn't give him any freedom to just keep moving the ball out of there. But what he did is he made a problem for those defenders, and therefore all he had was a throw-in way back in their own end.
At midfield, De Silva getting in the way of that one to take it loose, and as he's pulled away from the ball, does get it. De Silva called in the foul as the Presidio went down. The referee's going to stop the clock. And he's giving Tanner a yellow card.
And I'm pretty sure that card was giving forward dissent, probably for saying something to the referee, because Tanner was nowhere involved in that play, just probably making a comment to the referee and just getting a warrant, a yellow card. And that's usually a silly reason to get a yellow card.
Actually, I think that he was saying that Tanner just put the ball out of play purposely for delay. Get him for delay a game, perhaps. Well, his play now picks up again. 4.5 minutes to go here in the second half. Off the wing for Cabarella, trying to go for the end line. Pushing Hardy goes down. And the ball rolling out, and it'll be a foul free kick for the Rhinos.
Yeah, and they both had their hands initially. Initially, it was Hardy had it on Caparella, and then Caparella had him on Hardy, and I guess that was the last one. So, and there, as you see it right there, Caparella at that point just pushed it. Well, Hardy gave it a little bit of one of those Greg Louganis dives there, but, you know, he got the foul.
Onstad across midfield, deep downfield, but right in behind the Steenkamp. Offside by about a month.
Yeah, it wasn't even close there. Lennon was just caught napping up there.
All right, free kick for the Lynx. Clock runs. Just over 3.5 minutes to go in the second half. Here come the Lynx on the attack. Holness, through the through ball. To Ashton, make that Holmes. As he's got green jerseys all over, and Delenn kicks it away. Ball will be out. Throw in for Toronto. Spadafina throws it in to Golan. Into the middle, taken away by Daikon for on that. Pass back to Daikon. Brings it up the wing. Now he sneaks it through to Tanner. Moving in deep. Tanner looking for the crossing ball. In the box. Still Ashton. Over out deep. Here's the score. No, blocked away. Rebound. Oh, it's top of that by Alden. And he can't believe it.
And that I've never seen two miss hits on the same play. And it was a miss hit. I think it was Mike Kerms on the first time. He miss hits it, should have buried it in the back of the net. And we're going to see it on a replay. Just a great run by Daikon. He cuts it back. And let's see. Oh no, Tanner's going to cut it back. He's going to get, and there it is. Kerms miss hits, comes out, and so does Yari Alden. Two basically open nets. I mean, open where the goalkeeper was totally caught out of position. And both of them should have really been buried.
Busini Dauda seeing his first action of the season, coming in the 88th minute, and Mauro De Silva coming out. Busini, their regular starter for the Rhinos the first 2 years of the team, and this will be his first action of the season here tonight. You can't make it's been tougher in trying to get in the lineup. Long ball inside the box, headed away by Hardy. Pass knocked down and on the wing, intercepted by Busini, moves up the wing. He looks it over. It's a pass away as he had his foot bumped trying to take the kick. Throw in by Tanner. Tanner dropping the ball back. Busini will make the throw in. Just over 2 minutes to go in the second half. Flick forward by Steenkamp. Holmes back, watched by Tanner. Holmes puts it out. Throw in for Steenkamp. Long throw in into the middle. Here's Allnut. Settles it off his chest. Moving it right for the kick. Doesn't get through. Loose ball. Scramble. He scores!
there might have been an offside in there, but I really don't see where the heck that offside could have occurred. It was a shot initially taken by Yari Allnut, and then there was a scramble in there, and as it was knocked in, so I don't know.
It was no goal.
They called it back.
No goal.
I don't know if they called an offside or a foul. Maybe what it was is a foul because there was a scramble. I don't know if we have that on the replay. Maybe we could see that, but it's kind of puzzling. Here we go. Here we have it. Yari Allnut has it. He shoots. Right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a scramble here. And I really...
The ball was in front of him.
I honestly don't see what it was.
They didn't get behind the ball or anything. Well, a minute and a
strange
half.
call. That's a very strange call.
It's still 2-1 Rochester. In the middle, kicked away by Switzer. Holmes settles it there. Tries to slip it through the box, and on the near side, picked up by Fusini, drives it out on the near wing, but picked up there by Vinovich of the Lynx. A minute and a half to go. Kunhauber into Einstein, grabs it and holds on. Played away to Hardy. Hardy sends it downfield. Past midfield, he's taken away by Daikon, trying to sneak loose. Daikon still in the ball. Off on the wing for Steenkamp. Under a minute to go in regulation. Third Walden moving in. And knocked down by Busbee's on the ball. Here comes Toronto quickly again upfield. Trying to get one more rush on the with the time remaining. Busfield pass and Fusini getting to it for the Rhinos. 35 seconds to go in regulation. Up the wing for Steenkamp. Back out of bounds. Sewing for the Rhinos.
And I'll tell you, we've seen more strong action in the last 5 minutes than we've seen in the good part of the game.
I don't know if you can see it, but the fans at Frontier Field are standing as the Rhinos are going for a league record. That's put out over the end line. A goal kick, just seconds remaining. 10 seconds to go. Rhinos looking for the record. Here's Busbee. Cross midfield. 3, 2, 1. And they've done it. The Raging Rhinos have established a new A-League record with 11 consecutive wins.
And just look at these fans. Isn't it fantastic? A lot of the players coming over. Look at that. Somebody's going to go over. You're going to go in the hot tub. One of the players going to go in the hot tub. I bet you that's Switzer.
That's Billy Walton. Oh, Switzer is there, too.
I'll bet you that's Switzer.
That's up there.
Let's see.
Yeah,
That's it. I knew it was going to be Switzer.
And Walton.
Walton's in there in a hot tub. Isn't that great?
Well, I'll tell you, these young men are happy, to say the least, as the Raging Rhinos tonight set an A-League record. The final tonight from Frontier Field. Rochester Raging Rhinos 2, the Toronto Lynx 1. This is the Raging Rhino Soccer on the Empire